When is wedding? Do you know if it has happened already? Do you know if I already have kids? You don't. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about fragrance, fashion, lifestyle, and everything in between. And in today's video, we are doing one of the in-betweens actually, which is basically me answering questions from you guys. I did put up a question box on my Instagram a few weeks ago for you guys to ask me anything. And then a few days after that, I put up an anonymous for you guys who are shy to come up with your questions to ask anything anonymously. And did you people have questions? So I'm going to be answering all of those questions in this video as much as I can, because I know I got about 20 something questions. And so I'm going to answer the ones that I can. I don't know if we're going to be able to take all of the questions in this video alone, but if we can't, I probably will shoot a part two, but I'm just gonna filter and take the ones that I'm able to answer right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Now will be the right time to join the family. Grab your popcorns, grab your tea, grab your juice. Let's get into the video. Question number one. This thing really started deep. What is your biggest inspiration? It is God. I know it sounds cliche, but God's my inspiration. That's number one. My family is my inspiration as well. I just want to make them proud. I feel like they've done so much. My environment is my inspiration. The little things, just the little things that people don't naturally consider big deal, they inspire me. Like I could be walking and I'll see something that inspires, especially with when it relates to like my content. Every little thing inspires. I could be bathing and I'll just think of something in the bathroom from what I saw earlier outside and I'll be inspired. So literally, God, family, little things. My partner inspires me a lot as well. He's so smart. He inspires me. I literally want to be like him every single time. He inspires me to be better. He inspires me to develop to the best version of myself. So yeah, that's what inspires me. That's number one. How long is this video going to be? How has your view to content evolved? Honestly, I feel like my content 4 years ago, if you've been following me since I started creating content in 2019, you definitely know that I have pivoted so many times, or a few times. I won't say so many times, a few times, because I'm really not someone who pivots a lot. But recently I've pivoted to like streamline my content niche or pillars to just fragrance, lifestyle, fashion, skincare. It kind of started with me ranting and just doing random stuff. But over the last 2 years, it's really evolved into, I think, intentionality. To be honest, I've just been intentional about what I want to put out there, what I do not want out there, how I want to be seen, how I want my brand to be perceived. So yeah, I feel like intentionality is how my content has evolved over the years. How do you share so much without sharing so much? What's this? How do you share so much without sharing so much? I feel like we know you, but there is more to you. Bro, I feel like it's an art. It's an art that you have to master, especially if you're in this content space. If your thing is literally sharing your whole life history to people on social media, my dear, go for it. Go for it. As long as it suits you, as long as you enjoy it. I know a lot of creators that share so much about themselves. That's literally the pillars of their content, like things that I consider too personal, too intimate, or another person will consider too personal, too intimate. That's what they majorly share, and that works for them. I feel like for me, over the years, I've realized that creating content made me so much of an extroverted person, and this is where people get shocked when they meet me outside or meet me in person. because from my content, people feel like I'm so extroverted, but when they meet me in person, they're like, okay, you feel, you look, you sound different. Like your vibe is different in person. Don't get me wrong, I go into a room and there will be lights, there will be joy, but I'm more introverted than extroverted in person. But because of the kind of content I create, it makes people feel like they know me. So when somebody says something like this, that I share so much without sharing so much, my personal life is not my content. There are certain things that I hold dear, there are certain things that I feel are too personal, too intimate to share on social media. So like I said in the previous question, there's a way that I want my brand to be perceived, and I want to keep it to the content that I create, the value that I give. How I slept, how my family is doing, I don't think is anybody's business on socials. So I keep that out of social media. I keep a lot of personal things out of social media if I do not want to share it. I'll just say the things that I give voluntarily are the only things I want out there. I feel like it's an art. You have to master it. If you do not want all of the dragging, all of the bombarding, all of the unnecessary intrusion to your personal life from people on social media, because I feel like in this space that we're in as content creators, we just have to try and create that boundary, right? It's already natural for people to feel like they have a right to the first role in your life, to know what's going on, but you have to kind of keep that at a low. Because one thing about me, I decided to do this social media life. I don't think my family, my partner, my sisters, or anybody close to my friends signed up for it. One thing I would never be able to live with is someone coming at them because of me. So I try so much to keep things that concern them, personal stuff, away from social media. Basically, that's just it. I don't know how I do it, but I'm glad that's what I'm doing, because if you said it, it means that I'm doing a fine job, right? Next question: why did you abandon us on YouTube? Welcome back, Sha. I feel like this person is about to beat me. Now, welcome back, Sha. Are you sure it came from your mind? Because you just said, why did I abandon you guys? Yo, trust me, I did not abandon you guys. The last 2 years that I have not been on YouTube, it was for a reason. I feel like if you watch the last update I did, I think in 2022 or 2023, I did speak about how I struggled with grief and losing my mom. That's topic for another day. I feel like one day I'll be ready to go in depth on a story time about how I dealt with that phase of my life, but it was a lot, and today is not the day because I'm choosing joy today. Okay. The next question says, what about adulthood do you dislike the most and why? Um, you guys were deep with these questions. I think for me, it's uncertainty, honestly. Just not knowing what the future holds. You don't know what the future holds, but then you have to work towards that very future. That's crazy. Having to trust the process. Okay, what process? Give me a little bit. Just give me small touch. If you don't want to give me the whole box, give me touchlight. Let me just see this future a little bit. No, uncertainty, just not knowing what tomorrow brings, but still having to prepare for that tomorrow. I don't know if that makes sense. Messes with me a lot. I think that's the thing I don't like the most, apart from billing. I feel like billing is regular. Billing is normal for everybody to dislike about adulthood. But if you're really asking me deep, I think it's uncertainty. I don't like that part. But yeah, how did you start creating content? I think I've said this story before on Instagram, I guess. I did not wake up one day and say, I want to be a content creator. I think before 2019, I was just posting my fine girl pictures on social media. Facebook was my album keeper. Instagram was my fine girl gallery. I was just doing me. Then I moved to Canada in 2018. And the 2018 stroke 2019 was and still holds the record of the most depressing year of my life. I was navigating a country that I had never been to, not just never been to, I was navigating a whole life I did not know, I had no idea of. It was hard. I also had nobody to talk to. And here I was in this country that I'd never been to. I'm trying to find a job. I'm trying to learn some new stuff to get a job. I'm trying to navigate life. I'm trying to rent a house. I'm trying to make friends. I'm trying to be an adult. I'm trying to talk to my people back home. I'm trying to just do everything that adulthood requires of you. And then I decided I was going to start talking about it. And for me, Instagram at the time was my escape. I would just turn on my camera, rant, which is literally complain, and post it. And people were relating to it. That's literally how I started creating content. Before I knew what was going on, I was gaining followers. Before I knew what was going on, 5K, 10K. That's how I started. And the next question is, how are you so confident? Am I? Am I? Okay. That's a joke. I am actually. A lot of my confidence comes from my dad. As a child, my dad always just taught us how to speak up, stand up for yourself, how to know that you are that girl, literally. My dad would just randomly start hailing you for no reason. Like, you might just dress up, he will start hailing you for no reason. So that's the vibe I carry, and that's the vibe I grew up with. And a lot of that came from my dad because I saw him speak his truth. I saw him speak confidently. I saw him stand for what is right. I saw him in the midst of chaos hold it down. And so I just learned that was the normal way of life. It was only when I grew up I started to know that it was called being confident. It was called being this or that. To me, that was just a normal way. That's why I'm not afraid to say what I have to say. I'm not afraid to say what's in my mind. Now though, kind of mind if I want to say it or not. And it depends on the situation, the context, or the person. Because I realized that a lot of my generation are very sensitive, or they misconstrue things. So I, depending on who, where, and how, I may or may not say what's on my mind. That's how I do it now because I don't want stress at all. Next question. Do you have, this one was definitely from Anonymous. Do you have any exes? No, my dear. I am nobody's ex at all. I don't have. Why did you move back to Toronto? This person is obviously not following me because if you did, or if you do, you know that I posted a video answering that question even before you guys asked. I moved back to Ontario because that was just where we were at in our lives right now. My partner and I decided to move here and live here. I used to live here, so I always knew I was going to come back, and I'm back here. Why? I don't really have a why. I came back home. That's my why. Next question. Do you work a 9 to 5? I feel like you do content full time. If you have to, if you have, how do, oh, if you have, how do you do both? Because you're so consistent. Consistent, you said? Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you think I'm consistent, I try. I try. Now, to answer your question, do I work in 9 to 5? I was through last year, November, I think. Yeah, to when we moved to Ontario last year. Yes, I worked full time, 9 to 5, corporate girly. And how I was consistent with content creation, only God knows. I honestly, if I answer this question otherwise, I'm lying. Only God knows. I feel like because I enjoy content creation so much, it's a passion for me, just like perfumes, just like film, and a lot of other passion that I have that I will still explore in the future. I make sure that I do it. Of course, in the past, there have been times where I did not show up on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok for a year or whatever. There were times where I just posted whatever to make it look like I'm there. But, well, like I said, it's God and batch creation. Like right now, I'm shooting for YouTube and I will shoot at least 2-3 videos. I know that for another 2-3 weeks, I'm good. And before that expires, I start gathering the energy to shoot again, because I'm not somebody that can just wake up and shoot a video, especially for YouTube. I have to mentally prepare. Even Instagram and TikTok, that's like shorter form content, I still have to prepare. I don't always just wake up and start to shoot, because I have to think about what I want to shoot about. Also, something that Tosin, a friend of mine, Tosin, said in a podcast she was on recently, I remove barriers. And one of my barriers has been makeup. I realized quickly that as much as I know how to do makeup so well for myself, it's mentally draining for me to have to think about doing makeup when I need to shoot content, because by the time I'm done doing makeup, I'm exhausted. So I cannot shoot again, or I don't have the strength to shoot. So I removed makeup. Those little things are how I stay consistent. But the major one is God and batch creation. I was just rambling. But next question: how do you shoot, edit your content? They are so good. Well, I use my phone. Let's start from there. I don't own a camera. I'm hoping to own a DJI soon. I bought lights. The background lights you see, I bought from Amazon. I have another lights that I bought a set of 3 years ago, also from Amazon. Sometimes I don't even turn on this one. I use a natural light, and my house is well lit as well. I do a few tweaks to my phone, the setting and everything. I make sure I clean my camera before I shoot, and also just learning on YouTube how to get the best video. I shoot on 10 something. For in fact, if you want me to go into all of that, that'll probably be a separate video, because it's a lot of arrangement and setting. But I edit on CapCut. I don't like stress, so CapCut is very easy. I have the phone, I have the web version on my laptop. I use that to edit my YouTube videos, the app version to edit my TikToks and Instagram, and that's basically how I edit and I shoot and edit my content. Sorry. What is the hardest thing to admit about yourself? Again, you guys, I said ask me anything, but I did not say go deep. I did not say make me think, because that's why this video is getting so long. You guys are making me think too much. I just wanted to chill and just chat with you guys, but I like it. Don't stop. I'm going to say this whispering on this video, because I will not be caught saying this outside. I will never agree. If you take this video and show anywhere, I will deny you. It's the fact that I'm a strong woman. I'm actually a very strong woman. I've realized over the years that I'm a strong woman, but that's the hardest thing to admit about myself. I refuse to accept, I refuse to believe, I refuse to identify with the fact that I'm actually a very strong woman. But life has shown me time and time again that I am. That's where I will leave it. Next question: what did you want to be when you grew up, and how are you doing that now? What do you mean, how am I doing? Wait, let me read this question. What did you oh my god, what did you want to be when you grew up, and are you doing that? Are you doing? I thought you said how am I, like, excuse you, what do you mean how? Do I look like I'm doing it? I'm going to answer this question. Oh, no, I won't answer it in two parts, because the other one is just what my parents wanted me to be anyways, which, by the way, never saw the light of day. But what did I want to be when I grew up? I wanted to be an actor, actually. I've always wanted to be an actor. Am I doing it right now? No. Have I done it? Yes. Am I going to do it? Of course. I will forever pursue that dream. Whenever, however, wherever, I'm going to pursue it. I'm not doing it right now because life is life, but I'll get to it soon. That's what I've always wanted to be: an actor, a filmmaker, because I love to act, but I love more the behind the scene of film production, filmmaking. So in the future, I want to be a filmmaker. That's it. Hey, I literally just, my eyes just saw it and I just am shocked. How did you meet your man? He's fine. I know. How did I meet my man? I'm sorry. Like I said earlier, the information I voluntarily give out is what I want out there. How we met, you'll know when it's time. I have decided not to share that. But if you know, you know. People who know how we met. But for now, there's a particular day and time and event that I want to share that information. So I'm not going to share it yet. It's exclusive, okay? Until then. Next question. I like your content. I'm in Winnipeg as well, and I hope we become friends. Aww, welcome. I don't know if you just got there, but welcome. I hope you're enjoying Winnipeg. I no longer live there. I'm not sure you know yet, but I no longer live there. But we could still be friends. We could link up. Send me a DM. If you see this video and you're the one that sent this, because this was from one of the anonymous. And that this is my problem with you guys and this anonymous. You want to be friends. You now went and sent anonymous. How am I supposed to know you? Send a DM if you're the person that sent me this. I'm open. I don't mind being friends if you will not stress my life. I'm always open to know people, to get to know people. But if you stress my life, I will run. Next one, where in Ontario did you move to? Again, voluntary information. If I have not said this, why do you think I want to say it in this video? Or answer your question? Why? I'm in Ontario, dear. That's all. That's all you need to know. That's all that concerns the world. Next one. When is the wedding? We online in-laws want to attend. Oh, Jesus. Again, if I did not volunteer this information, people should leave me now. Why are you for making it hard for me to do this Q&A? When is wedding? Do you know if it has happened already? Do you know if I already have kids? You don't. I have no answer for you. All right. But whenever it is, you will see it when God wills for you to see it on social media. All right. Next one. How old are you again? What beats me? This one sounded very millennial. I'm sure the person that asked this question is probably an older uncle or auntie. Like, what do you mean by how old are you again? With question mark. I'm sorry, Oma. How do they say it, Oma? Mabinu. Ibini. Egwi. Lawowo. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm 32 right now. I'll be 33 in March. Okay? Before you beat me. Next question. Wait, so, did you move again? How are you able to do this? I really wish I could up and move the way you do. Don't wish. Do not wish. Don't try it. don't, don't do that. Don't wish to move like me because do I enjoy it? Not really. Do I have to do it? Yes, that's why I do it. How do I move the way I do? I don't. Like I said in my move video, I'm never scared of change. I'm never scared of starting over. I'm going to take every opportunity I can to explore, to see places, to do life in places, experience places. I have no burden. I have no kids. It's just me and my partner. And he loves to travel as well. So yeah. I don't know how I do it. So don't try to be like me. In any situation, never wish to be people. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their life is like. You don't know where their shoe hurts. You don't know anything. Whatever you see about them is what they've decided to show you, which again, I've been saying voluntary information that they gave you. You don't know the rest. You don't know the backstory. So never wish to be people. Okay? Next question. I want to create content like you. Another like me. I thought I just okay, I'm just kidding, just kidding. I want to create content like you, but I love so many things and I don't know how to start. Please advise. You love so many things. I do so many things as well. But I feel like when creators say niche down, which is basically pick one thing, it's so that you establish yourself in that. And then when people know you for that thing, you can then branch into other things you enjoy. Or better still, for example, me now, everybody knows me as a fragrance girl, but I was not always a fragrance girl. I was something else in content before that. So now I do fragrance, I do fashion, I do skincare, I do beauty, I do a little bit of travel, which I intend to do more of this year. But people have to know you for one thing. Like, you need to establish in one thing, be an expert in that, so that when you are doing other things, people can trust you with those things. But if I go on your page and you are just doing 5 or 6 different things at once, I honestly would not know which to identify you as. So, my advice to you, from a sister to another sister or brother, if you're a guy or girl, start with one of the things. Since you like so many things, start with one that you know you really, really like. Narrow it down so people will know you around that thing. And then tomorrow, like if I do fashion now, people know I create fashion content, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm a fragrance girly. But fragrance girlies wear clothes. I don't know if that makes sense. If I do travel content now, it doesn't change the fact that I'm a fragrance girly. Fragrance girlies travel to shop. If I do beauty, fragrance girlies like to look good. In fact, your whole persona as a fragrance person is looking and smelling good. To look good, you wear clothes. To look good, you wear makeup. To look good, you wear hair. To look good, you wear shoes. To look good, you wear accessories. So, like, but people still know that I'm a fragrance girly. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope I answered your question. Next question. I think I'm almost done. I was able to fit everything, I guess. Please, you people say there is no love. Another man question? You are not tired? Jesus. But I'll answer it because, again, and there were so many questions in this tag, especially the anonymous, that I did not even bother to look at because you are not serious. I will not even glorify you by even saying the question out because I'm not going to answer it. So I didn't bother at all. People say there is no love in Canada, but look at you finding love in Canada. How did you do it? Jehovah God did it. It was not by my power or by my might. I did not do it. God did it. That's it. But one thing for sure was I was always prepared for it to happen anywhere. Even as much as I used to say there was no love in Canada, which I think is why this person is asking this question. As much as I used to say that, I was always open to it. I wasn't close to finding love anywhere. If I find love in Russia, safe, I was open to it. So, but God did. Second to last, we're almost there, guys. I've had a crush on you for years, and you still don't know. Keep it unknown because it's of no use. Take that crush, my darling brother, and drink it because somebody's property. Keep that crush. Let me not know. Do not say it outside anywhere, not even to your best friends. Just let it be unknown for that as long as forever. Okay? Since we don't know, let us never know. Thank you. Last question. Yay, I did it. Last question is, how many bottles of fragrances do you have? Last I checked, when we moved, I think I had about 70, 75 bottles. Now I've gotten a couple in the last few months, just a few. I think I've gotten about 1 or 2, or yeah, 1 or 2 in the last 4 months. So let's say about 77 or 75, because I've also given out. So let's just say about 75, 70 to 75 bottles actually is my entire collection. And so we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys had as much fun as I had answering all of these questions. You people are nosy. Let me just tell you, you are nosy, but it's okay. So do not forget to let me know your scent of the day in the comment below. Let me know which other videos you want to see on my channel going forward. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn your notification bells on so you get notified when I upload a new video. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye.